You'll never walk alone with this one. We're playing Liverpool. We love a good small-sided game. It's like a scrimmage with a twist, and this one pushes players to emulate one of the world's best teams. Liverpool's aggressive play style emphasizes winning the ball back as quickly as possible when they lose possession, which is what we're rewarding here. Use 4 cones to set up a rectangular space and place a goal or pair of cones on each end line. Divide your players into 2 teams, 1 in pennies. You can play 3v3, 4v4, or more. Here, we're playing 3v3. Here's how it looks. Players scrimmage without goalies.
Press hard, like Liverpool. There we go.
Goals are worth 1 point, but if a team wins the ball in their opponent's attacking half and then scores, it's 2 points. What does this mean? It means that when attackers cross the midpoint of the field with the ball towards the goal they're attacking, and the defending team manages to not only stop them but win possession and score, they get twice the points. That's what we're going for. Think of it more as counterattacking than defending. Stopping the attack is good, but scoring on the counterattack is even better. Encourage defenders to get multiple players to the ball quickly and force a turnover or mistake to regain possession. Coaches, your players might not succeed right away or even this season. That's okay. This game is about putting the defending skills you've developed to work.
Once we defend, I want you to get low. Does that make sense?
Attackers, meanwhile, get to practice their shielding skills. They'll need them. Remember, apply pressure, win possession, and score. Today, the rec field. Tomorrow, Anfield.
2 players, lots of space to defend, no problem. This is 2v2 to Endlines Defending. This 2-on-2 scrimmage helps players learn to defend as a team. Yes, attacking may seem more fun, but defending is just as important. Use 4 cones to mark a small rectangular space. Divide your players into 2 teams, 1 in pennies, on opposite end lines. Here's how it looks. 2 attackers initiate play, trying to score by dribbling the ball over the defender's end line. 2 defenders, meanwhile, try to stop them from advancing, or better yet, win back the ball and score themselves. When a player scores or the ball goes out of bounds, new players rotate in and a new round begins. At this age, both defenders may try to rush the ball, but if they work together, they'll have better luck.
So he goes like that, you slow it down, and you're still here, ready to get the ball, right? Right? Ready, still ready. See, I won the ball, simple, just like that, right?
It starts with the defender closest to the ball approaching the attacker quickly, then slowing down on approach, getting low, and taking a sideways stance. This forces the attacker to either shield the ball or move laterally towards the touchline or to the waiting arms or legs of the second defender. While the first defender is doing their thing, the partner should be sliding over into a position to back them up or to collect the ball if the first defender pokes it away. Coaches, with so much end line for attackers to score on, this can be frustrating for defenders. If they're getting discouraged, you can narrow the width of the field to give them a better chance of success. Remember, quick, slow, low. Sideways stance, stop the attack. Partnership has its privileges, even on defense.
You'll never hear the end of this one. This is 4v4 to Endlines Defending.
Great pressure, Sienna.
Here, we're working on individual and small group defending skills. Use 4 cones to mark a rectangular space. Divide your players into 2 groups, 1 in pennies. Here's how it looks. Teams of 4 line up on opposite end lines, 1 with the ball. From there, it's a scrimmage with players trying to score by dribbling the ball over their opponent's end line within a hula hoop's distance of the body. There are no corners or throw-ins. If a ball goes out of bounds, it's a kick-in. Encourage the defender closest to the ball to run at the attacker and apply pressure, getting low and slowing down as they approach to try to push the attacker left or right towards the next defender.
Good, great pressure.
The other 2 defenders should stay connected and compact, like a closed fist, providing backup so the attacker can't get through. The idea is to make things uncomfortable for attackers and force mistakes like that, or try to poke the ball away when they get a chance.
Great step, good job, well done.
Coaches, this game can be tricky for defenders because the goal is the entire end line. But by working together and staying close, defenders will have a greater chance at success. Remember, get compact, apply pressure, and make the steal. Teams that defend together win together. We're encouraging players to be greedy in this game. Just kidding, but not really. We call it Team Shield Steal. This game helps players develop their shielding and stealing skills. Use 4 cones to create a square space. Divide your players into 2 teams, 1 in pennies. You'll need half as many balls as you have players.
Play.
Here's how it looks. One team starts with all of the balls. Their job is to shield their balls. The other team's job, you guessed it, to steal them. Players can go for any ball or team up to try to steal one. The only hitch is that once they win a ball, they have to shield their prize. The goal is to be the team with the most balls by the end of the round. Some players might get a little too enthusiastic about their heist. We love that passion and energy. Just keep an eye out to make sure they keep it safe. If players are new to shielding, it may look messy. It can take a long time to learn to shield effectively. Just remind them to keep their arm up, as if they're holding an actual shield, while keeping the ball on their far foot, away from the defender. Coaches, this game is also about teaching players to apply pressure as a team. 2 players going for the ball will be more effective at winning it. At the same time, encourage attackers to back up their teammates if they can, by finding space to receive a pass.
What can we do to try to help Abby? Maybe Zoe comes over to this side so that she has an option of somebody to pass to.
Remember, shield the ball, win the ball, work as a team. Greed is good, in this game at least.
It's Capture the Flag, soccer style, and it's glorious. This is Capture the Balls. Here, we're developing teamwork and strategic thinking. Use cones to set up a rectangular grid and use 4 more cones to create a square home base for every 3 to 5 players. Line up all your balls down the middle of the grid. Here's how it looks.
3, 2, 1, play.
Starting at their own home base, each team tries to get and keep the most balls before time runs out. Players can dribble or pass the balls into their base, or they can steal from other bases. They can also defend balls in their own base. It's kind of like playing Stratego on a soccer field. Remember that one? Yeah, you do. On that note, this game works because it's really fun. Yes, it's about strategy and teamwork, and dribbling and passing, but sometimes you have to let loose and battle over some balls. This is that game. Coaches, make sure to count down before the game ends. That's just good manners. After each round, encourage teams to go to their bases and come up with a game plan for the next round.
So how about I'm the person who's getting all the balls from there and passing it?
Remember, win the ball, go for the steal, protect your base. Thievery has never been so wholesome. Sometimes the best offense is a good defense, like in this game. 2v2 to small goals defending. This scrimmage helps players learn to defend as a team and, with luck, pull off a few steals and even goals in the process.
Nice 1, 2. Good.
Use 4 cones to mark a small rectangular space and place small goals or pairs of cones placed arm's length apart on each end line.
Let's go, guys.
Divide your players into 2 teams, 1 in pennies. Here's how it looks. 2 attackers initiate play, trying to score on the goal or between the cones below knee height. 2 defenders, meanwhile, try to stop them, or better yet, win the ball and score. When a player scores or the ball goes out of bounds, new players rotate in and a new round begins. Attacking may seem more fun, but with the right moves, a defender is just 1 steal away from going on the attack. How? By working as a team, like this. The defender closest to the ball runs at the attacker, then slows down and gets low to try to push the attacker left or right towards the touchline or their fellow defender. This forces the attacker to shield the ball, making it even harder to get out of trouble by passing to their partner. Coaches, remind defenders that whoever is not applying pressure to the ball is providing cover to their partner, and to position themselves so that if the pressure player is beaten, they can jump in to apply new pressure. Remember, quick, slow, low. Push left or right. Stop the attack. Never underestimate the power of a good defense.
Like cheese on a pizza, a good defense sticks together. You'll see how in this game, 4v4 to small goals, defending. Here, we're developing individual and small group defending skills. Use 4 cones to mark a rectangular space and place small goals or pairs of cones placed arm's length apart on each end line. Divide your players into 2 groups, 1 in pennies. Here's how it looks. Teams of 4 line up on opposite end lines, 1 with the ball. From there, it's a scrimmage, with players trying to score on the goal or by kicking the ball through the cones below knee height. There are no goalies, corners, or throw-ins. If a ball goes out of bounds, it's a kick-in. We want defenders working together to take away time and space from attackers. What does that mean? Taking away time means getting pressure to the ball quickly, and taking away space means staying connected and compact, preventing attackers from getting through with the ball. To do this, we need defenders to support each other. While one takes on the attacker with the ball, the others find positions nearby. It looks something like this: pressure on the ball, a layer of backup, and a helpless attacker with nowhere to move or pass. Coaches, you may see younger attackers rushing the ball and making mistakes. It's okay, they're just excited. And it provides all the more opportunity for defenders to capitalize and make their move. Remember, apply pressure, get compact, work as a team. Anyone else suddenly craving pizza? Your players will definitely be going toe-to-toe in this one. This is knockout. Here, we're working on players' shielding and poke tackling skills. In other words, we're teaching players to protect the ball and steal it at the same time. Use cones to mark a rectangular grid. Everyone gets a ball. Here's how it looks. Players dribble their balls randomly around the space. As they go, they try to steal other players' balls using poke tackles, like this, all while protecting their own ball. If a player's ball gets knocked out, it's 5 bell taps to keep playing, like this, passing the ball back and forth with the insides of their feet. What's a poke tackle? It's not like an NFL tackle. In soccer, it's when a player uses their foot to poke or knock an opponent's ball away, so they can steal the ball and make off with their prize. Yes, some players might get a little overzealous and step into a dribbler's path to tackle. Show them how to poke the ball away from the side or the back to keep it safe. Coaches, players are also learning to protect their ball here. If you haven't introduced shielding yet, encourage players to focus on trying to keep their body between the ball and their opponent.
Make sure that we shield the ball and protect the ball and keep the ball as far away from the defenders as we can.
Remember, heads up. Poke from the side. Protect your ball. Whoa, where'd that toe come from? Double the goals, double the trouble. We're playing 2v2 to 4 small goals, defending. This 2-on-2 scrimmage helps players develop their individual and team defending skills.
Good job, defenders, good job.
Use 4 cones to mark a small rectangular space and place a goal or pair of cones placed arm's length apart at each end of each end line, 4 goals in all. Divide your players into 2 teams, 1 in pennies. Here's how it looks. 2 attackers initiate play, trying to score on either of their 2 goals below knee height. 2 defenders can steal or intercept the ball and score 2. When a player scores or the ball goes out of bounds, new players rotate in and a new round begins. Defenders get no respect, especially here, when we're making it really hard on them with 2 goals to defend, spaced far apart. What's a defender to do? The defender's best move is to find positions that cover both goals and the ball, with one defender getting low and trying to push the attacker with the ball towards the other defender. But it's not always possible. They have another option. The defender can instead try to push the attacker towards the touchline. This makes the field small for the attacker, limiting their options and making it easier to steal the ball. Coaches, because this game is so tough on defenders, make sure to rotate roles so everyone gets a turn at attacking too. Remember, get low, make the field small, make the steal. Yes, in this case, theft is encouraged.
With 2 goals to defend, you'll have to give 110%, or maybe 220%. This is 4v4 to 4 small goals defending. This 4-on-4 scrimmage helps players develop their individual and small group defending skills. Use 4 cones to mark a small rectangular space and place a small goal or pair of cones placed arm's length apart on each end of each end line, 4 goals in all. Divide your players into 2 teams, 1 in pennies. Here's how it looks. 4 attackers initiate play, trying to score on either of their 2 goals below knee height. 4 defenders can steal or intercept the ball and score too. No goalies, corners, or throw-ins. If the ball goes out of bounds, it's a kick-in. This game can be tough for defenders because, well, they have to defend 2 goals. They may get overwhelmed trying to cover both. Encourage them to focus on the goal closest to them and to apply pressure on the attacker with the ball if they're the nearest defender, getting low and trying to push the attacker left or right towards a fellow defender. If a defender is already applying pressure, we want them thinking, how can I support my teammate? Coaches, as they become more skilled, we want defenders working together to get more compact, staying close and connected to prevent attackers from getting through with the ball. This also helps overcome individual defending mistakes. Remember, get low, push left or right, stay connected. Hey, we could have given them 3 goals to defend.